Yeah, I am Abdullatif Bhatt, founder of the Kashmir Watch Media Initiative.
Founder of the Kashmir kya?
Kashmir Watch is a blog.
Kashmir Watch.
On behalf of the Kashmiri people, I appreciate your efforts in raising the issue of Kashmir from London, from Washington to London, and now in Europe. Given the ongoing repression and media blackout in Indian administered Kashmir since August 2019, what concrete diplomatic or multilateral steps will your party or Pakistan's next foreign policy leadership take to revive global attention, especially in Europe? And during your Brussels visit, did you engage with the European human rights or civil society groups concerned with the freedom of expression and digital repression in Kashmir? Thank you.
First of all, thank you for your question. Thank you for your work, for drawing the international community's plight, drawing the international community's attention to the plight of the people in Kashmir. We believe that as a result of this conflict, every crisis has produced an opportunity. And in this crisis, the opportunity has been that we've been able to highlight the importance of resolving the issue of Kashmir. We've shattered the myth of the Indian government that Kashmir is an internal issue. The Kashmiri cause is internationalized. The President of the United States just a couple of days ago continued to advocate for mediation to resolve the Kashmir conflict. At the very least, India has changed their position from this being an internal issue of India to a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan. So that is immense progress as far as the Kashmir cause is concerned. We want to see the resolution of this cause for two reasons. One is our historic position, that it is our promise of the international community, of the people of India, the people of Pakistan, to the people of Kashmir, that they have the right to the self-determination under the UN Security Council resolutions, and we continue to advocate that point. But particularly post-2019, the Indian government's increased suppression and oppression within Indian-occupied Kashmir is creating a situation where the local population is getting alienated, is getting frustrated, is getting repressed, so much so that it creates such an environment that then the local population becomes easy prey for terrorist organizations who will use them, exploit them as cannon fodder for their nefarious designs. And now, particularly because Pakistan is to be held responsible even for the actions of indigenous terrorism, it's all the more important that we sit and discuss, resolve the issue of Kashmir, even if you, obviously Pakistan has a broader agenda, but above and beyond that, or if the Kashmir has a broader agenda, even if your narrow view is that of terrorism, you can no longer ignore the issue of Kashmir.
Please open the mic.
I will just add here that Pakistan condemns and expects the international community to condemn India's new tactics after the April 22 attack, which first time we have seen demolition of houses for Kashmiris in very large numbers. And we have seen deportation of citizens from Kashmir, mostly women who have been there for decades. They were married in occupied Kashmir. So these are tactics that probably India is learning from its new ally, Israel, which has done the same in its occupied lands of destroying houses and forcing deportations. So our challenge is as great as before, is to continue raising the voice of our Kashmiri brothers and sisters in occupied Kashmir. And now this episode that we have had between India and Pakistan has raised the Kashmir issue to a fresh international attention. And of course, Pakistan will continue to raise its voice for Kashmiri people.
Our colleague Merculus from Hungarian Press.
My name is Vladimir Rogovets. I am from Belarus, journalist, Belarusian journalist. My question maybe will be more pacific than question of my colleagues.
Sure.
I would like to speak about partnership between Pakistan and Belarus. Last April, your prime minister was in Belarus, and he agreed with President Lukashenko one project of 150,000 specialists Pakistani to Belarus. With family, it will be around the 500,000 specialists Pakistani. My question, your opinion about this prospect of this project? And second question, for big country, Pakistan with 250 million population, this project is very little, but for my country, it's very big project, and it will be big challenge. It will be interesting challenge, and maybe it will be danger challenge. I would like your opinion.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to state how encouraged we are by the positive ties between Pakistan and Belarus. We have economic cooperation that extends across many sectors, including agriculture, tech, and a whole host of other things. The issue that you bring up is also quite encouraging. We need to complement each other. Pakistan has different demographics, and Europe has different demographics. 65% of the population in Pakistan is under the age of 35. And the European demographics are a little bit on its head. You require young, skilled individuals to come here and service the needs of your economies. And we have to do this in a regulated, legal manner to fight the menace of illegal migration. So I believe exactly these programs where we coordinate, where we conduct ourselves through the legal framework, we find spaces where each other's economies can complement each other, that has the most potential for growth. What we're seeing is a demographic challenges in many parts of the world. We see it in the West, we even see it in the East. And Pakistan sees itself going forward as being able to export our human capital in order to meet the demand challenges that many countries with demographic challenges are facing. I hope that answers your question.
Andre, you want? Who will want?
Good morning, sir. Hadi Sayed, Communications Intern at Kashmir Council EU. This visit has strengthened Pakistan's image and helped raise the Kashmir issue. As future engagement, especially in Europe, would benefit from direct representation from Azad Jammu and Kashmir, what steps is your office taking to involve them more in diplomatic issues?
Thank you so much. We've been engaged consistently, in general, with the government in Azad Kashmir. When I was foreign minister, they'd be represented at various forums, including the OIC, etc. As far as this delegation is concerned, obviously we are representing the government of Pakistan. But absolutely, as we go forward, and there'll be parliamentary delegations and other delegations, we will seek the support of the people of Azad Kashmir, the government, maybe not the government, but the parliamentary representatives in Azad Kashmir, to come and speak for themselves about the plight and the difficulties that they are facing.
Yeah.
Bilkul. Kashmiri descent from Pakistani side, so one member is sitting right here, but from Azad Kashmir, that will have to be going forward.
Mr. Imran from Bol Channel.
Imran Beg from Bol Channel. My question is, how do you encounter Indians delegations already visited in the EU? My main responses and result.
Kya? The Indian delegation has been also traveling the world, just as their war was based on disinformation and misinformation. Their diplomatic initiative has been based on disinformation and misinformation. They went to New York and tried to claim that Pakistan was a terrorist state. The United Nations, within the United Nations, Pakistan was immediately elected to head the committees responsible for looking at terrorism. They went to DC, adamant to convince America that they don't need mediation, they don't need dialogue, and again, Pakistan is an exporter or a perpetrator of terrorism. They were told then publicly recently by the president that Kashmir in India needs mediation. The State Department has mentioned mediation, and the Army of the United States says we're a phenomenal partner in terrorism. They've then come to the United Kingdom and the EU. They've set quite a high standard. If you recall, the foreign minister, the external affairs minister of India, got very, very angry when a certain other country dared to show the humanity of condoling with the civilian loss of lives on the Pakistani side. They used their economic clout to bully some countries to retract their statement condoling or condemning the deaths of the innocent civilians in Pakistan. But when they stand here with the EU commissioner at the foreign minister level, and their foreign minister says that all of Pakistan is terroristan, and then the EU commissioner standing next to them continues to condole the loss of life on both sides, mentions the importance of international law. I believe that the Indian government or the Indian government's delegation and their foreign policy, not because of any particular weakness of their diplomatic corps or their foreign policy, but because of the weakness in their message. They're pushing a lie, they're pushing disinformation, they haven't been honest. They haven't been honest with their own people. They haven't been honest with their allies. They can't be honest about the planes that we shot down. They still to this day will not tell us who were the terrorists that were involved in the attack in Indian occupied Kashmir. Surely one of the largest countries in the world with one of the most ambitious intelligence agencies in the world could at least identify these individuals who, according to them, crossed over from an international border, penetrated one of the most militarized borders in the world, and got so deep into their territory and conducted this massacre. They haven't been able to name them because that too, for whatever reason. And they've been unable to name a single terrorist that they supposedly targeted in these targeted operations within Pakistan. We can point to the civilian infrastructure, the schools, the dams that they attacked. We can show you the graves of the innocent civilians that they killed. But they cannot name one terrorist, either one that conducted the attack on their side or one that they targeted within Pakistan. If your campaign is going to be based on disinformation, if you're not going to be transparent, if you're not going to face credibility, then you will get the response that the US delegation has been, that the Indian delegation has been receiving internationally. If anyone has any
Yes, sir.
climate-related questions, I have two very able climate experts on my left and right.